Hello guys, another stream, another misleading title, not drinking tonight, but yeah, I'm just going to continue on the mini-series. Obviously I've got until next Friday, so just shy of 2 weeks to get this guy done. The last stream was a nightmare because I'm still trying to find a better way of doing the hair, just because I don't like the current method I have to use. So I might experiment and Bifrost later. I've never used it before, so maybe I'll do that off stream. But yeah, we're just going to continue to work on this. In the meantime, I do need to rename this series, so if you guys have any ideas, please do let me know. Because I feel like Drink and Sculpt, although it worked for the first stream, because I was drinking, and I think the third one as well, it doesn't really work, you know, if I'm doing this stream like a few times a week, because it gives off the wrong vibes. But yeah, so I'm just loading a reference off screen. Just the same one we've been working with this whole time. But yeah, so what's my goal today? I guess goal today would be to try to line these up so I can get quite exact kind of proportions. So yeah, let's give that a go. Do I have this saved anywhere? But yeah, so I guess for now I'll do my usual thing of just save the image to my desktop. Head. And then just open this. Cool, so let's just go new file. Sure, why not? Oh wait, I need to open. Head. There we go. And then, is it possible to drag from... Oh shit, it isn't. Okay. Can I... Oh, I can copy that, good. Right, it's tiny though. What's gonna be our lineup point? I guess the nose is a good lineup point, right? Yeah, let's treat the nose as a lineup point. That works quite well. Just trying to get the position of it right. It's actually probably a lot closer before. Okay, so let's treat that as the lineup. So I'm just going to do a layer on top of this, where I will sketch out kind of the key points. And let's just do this in, I guess red might be better. Let's try to undo that. I think what I've got there is fairly accurate. That ear needs to go way down and be way smaller. See, what I'm worried about is how much of this is camera angle. Like, I could probably get closer if I just move that down, but let's... No, we can do that in Sculpt. So I'm just going to save this. So let's open file, and then go to projects, personal work. These are mini projects, Cartoon Network. Need to clean out those files too. I forgot about the teeth. We should bring the teeth in from although technically we shouldn't. File, import, no, export, sorry. File, export, selection. Maya, teeth, geo. Subtool, append, and then import. What? Oh, that makes sense. There we go. Don't know why his scale's so far off. But yeah, so let's hide the eyes. So I'm just going to put critter on my other screen. Just try to get that in a position. Or edit, copy. Is it possible to copy the entire image from my clipboard? I don't think so. Okay, I'll just leave that there for now. Hey, missed a couple of sessions. What did I miss? Not much. Most of the last session was me trying to figure some stuff out. It was very painful. But yeah, so let's go. So we need to move you like that. Then this needs to come down a lot. In fact, the whole section needs to come down a lot. Cool, and then the top of the head is what needs to come down most. So let's turn on symmetry. It's like half the length of the ear. The top of the head still needs to come down. Cool. This needs to get tucked in quite a lot. In fact, I think the whole neck needs to be made thinner, right? So let's do that symmetrically. Cool. This needs to go like that. Come on. This is going to be really difficult. Oh, I can sculpt that in Maya actually. Might be easier. So this is still way too high. Let's bring that way down. Try to resymmetrize this if I can. Okay, so this mouth had to move quite a lot as well, right? So let's just get that up there. This entire section needs to go that way. And the entire, this side on mouth needs to move this way. So I'm going to have to try quite hard to get the teeth back in the right place. Okay, let's hide the teeth for now. And then that had to go like there somewhere. Cool, so let's get the teeth in place now. Arguably could do a teeth in Maya, but... and that ear had to be more like that kind of shape. The question is that enough? We'll have to refigure out the top of this section. In fact, I'm kind of debating simplify the forms completely. Just kind of lowers the intensity though. I can sense myself very quickly losing control of this project, which, you know, not every project works out. I've been quite lucky in terms of all the streamed projects I've done for a while now have turned out the way that I wanted, if not slightly better. That is a streak I will probably break. It might be this project, who knows? Part of being an artist is having many a failed project. I'm not really too worried about that, to be honest. Let's get some smoother shapes there. So we can try exporting this. It's just imported, right? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. How is it in Maya? Is it imported? It's yeah, referenced. Okay, cool. So we can just reference that back in. Same with the teeth, I guess. Let's just make sure the materials are named. Teeth matte. And then that's what? Oh shit. Oh shit. There we go. And head mat. Alright, cool. So let's. Yeah, let's. We need to decimate that down. Well, let's see what the performance is like if I don't decimate it down. Because it'll save a fair bit of time if I don't have to. Export. ZBrush head. We'll worry about hair later. Cool. And then teeth, let's just export. Export ZBrush proxy teeth low res, and Maya subdivisions will do for now. So let's go into file, reference editor, reload reference. Where you at? Okay, so let's get that reapplied. Existing material, head mat, and then I can just re-import the teeth. ZBrush teeth low res. And that's teeth mat. Cool. So let's save a snapshot. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Still probably not right though, but we'll see. Let's just give that a moment to clean up just a little bit more. this only strengthens the whole thing of it not working from other angles, which personally I find quite funny. I definitely prefer it without eye sockets. The teeth have definitely got inflated too for some reason. That's looking a lot better to me though. So let's just save that out. Save image. Not working in a pipeline, so let's replace that. Go into Critter. And then all we need to do here is open it again. Copy the layer. Close that. Nope. Much closer. Still a little bit too much volume up here. It is still a little bit high. This one, oh, this needs to move out more. It's closer, but it's not close enough. Okay, so I'm going to put that on my other screen. I'm just going to keep having to go back and forth. And for now I'm just going to close PureRef so I can have a bit more screen real estate. There we go. So back into ZBrush. Wonder why these teeth have grown into each other. I'll have to fix that later. So turn off that. So what needs to change? Well, we need to go back into symmetry for a moment, and it's this bump right here. Hey Yorch, how you doing, man? Back with the dabs. I have gotten used to seeing those dabs now. I swear, every time you're in these streams, I expect a dab now. You know that, right? In return, you can expect me to comment on the dab. That's a fair trade, right? Alright, so that's a lot better. So that left ear is way too big. So let's just turn off symmetry. I'm just going region by region. I'm going to just try to match things up a little bit better. I didn't go brave enough just then, did I? So let's just pull that down, and this whole thing needs to go like that. And then let's just quickly correct the shape. I'm working, so I got you playing on the back. Ah, well, cool. Hope your work's going well, mate. Let's put that. And then this ear needs to be pointier. That's a bit closer. Feels a bit weird, it feels a bit bumpy, so I will have to spend some time to kind of correct for that. Let's just do that for now. And then I'm going to go in with a insanely soft clay buildup. And use that to kind of simplify my forms. Or get my forms back into working order. So that's pretty horrible right now. And this is one of the very few projects where I will actually use the smooth key. Like that. I know that I have like the smooth tool is like a pretty bad brush in terms of like it has a tendency to destroy forms in a not very appealing way. However, I am very self-aware that my hatred of the smooth tool is more than the actual, you know, what's wrong with the smooth tool. I do need to kind of embrace it a bit more. Okay, so we need this area to be a bit rounder, I guess. I actually will need to go higher on Z intensity for this. Get a bit of that in there. I need to think actually, do I want this kind of clay-like thing? Because it'll give me like breakup for free, right? As long as it's not bumpy, like formless bumpy. Well, not formless bumpy, that's not a real thing. As long as it's not like ugly bumps. Like this is at least directional. So you can kind of get some free information out of it. I hope you get what I mean. I'm going to change the focal shift on this. So we need that to be even pointier. There we go. And then that top section needs to be basically flat. Something I need to remember to do as well is whenever I'm using the move brush with a high focal length, I need to make sure that it's not just a high focal length and a small brush, because that doesn't really work. Like, it has to be quite a large brush with a high focal length to work correctly. Wait, do I have symmetry on? Ooh, I do. Have I been really lucky though and not destroyed anything? I've literally only changed that one tiny notch. I am so lucky on that, holy fuck. Alright, he's got this permanent little scar now from that accident. Alright, so I think that will do for the left ear. That chin needed to be a bit more prominent, so let's just bring that out. I'm gonna decrease that focal length a little bit. It needs to be more like that, I think. So let's just kind of bring that in a tiny bit, just so it makes more sense in 3D. And then let's just kind of complete this form going that way, so it doesn't feel too out of place. I need to really try to have faith in the process right now. Oh, the bottom of the mouth is miles off. How didn't I notice that? So, on the other screen, the bottom of the mouth, so this little corner here, look how far off that is. And this one needs to go up slightly. Oh, okay. So that's like a whole tooth width. Okay. So that means we need to move like everything this way. Like literally everything. I don't want it to bend like that because that looks kind of ugly. I guess the more I twist that, the more it makes sense, because he's like really biting it in. So I need to kind of do something that hints at it like almost twisting in. Let's just soften this, the intensity. So if I do something like that, it's kind of like spinning around it. I need to keep this very subtle, but I think that could help sell it as a 3D form, not just a 2D shape. Okay. I don't think that's still enough. I think that needs to go just a tiny bit more, something like that. Which means that this needs to kind of... Pulling to chin makes some real world sense. So now we need to fix the position of these wrinkles. That's better. That's not good. Oh, what's the top lip doing actually? Top lip is actually remarkably close. I'm okay with that. Oh, did I move that up? I don't think I did. Hopefully it didn't, because I'm about to move it up anyway. Okay, so I need to hollow you out a bit more, don't I? I do need to fix the shape of the lip. Although it matches the ref, it's still not a very appealing shape form-wise. Like, it's got the right line, but that's kind of where the goodness ends and the shit begins. So let's try to get some semblance of appeal to the actual shape of the lip. I guess trim dynamic might be a good way to do with this. So let's just try to get a nice plane there. That's better. So let's just quickly correct for those tiny little bumps in the shape. Just a smoother line. I feel like I need to pull that way just slightly to get more of like a reverse S shape to it. And I definitely need to fix the forms in here. That's kind of ugly. So this is a side of compression, and by that what I mean is the mouth is moving this way, so we'd expect this side to hollow out and this side to bunch up. Because if this side didn't bunch up, it's not volume preserving. And I'm very aware that this is a fucking cartoon. But one of the kind of difficult things of interpreting in 3D is you can't just copy shapes. Because especially with like the art style of the original Ed, Edd n Eddy, it's one of those where it left a lot to the imagination. But the problem is 3D doesn't leave a lot to the imagination. So when I post this online, if someone who doesn't know it's like mine fucking sees it, they'll be like, oh, they butchered my version. Well, even if they did know it's mine, they butchered my version of what Ed, Edd n Eddy should be. Like, that's what the reaction would be. So I need to make sure that the shapes make as much sense as possible so it doesn't feel like a butchering. Even if the shapes don't match what people have in their heads, at least it'll be presentable in its own way, you know? That's what I need to kind of keep track of. And it's going to be really fucking difficult. The eyes are terrifying me, to be honest. I have no idea how I'm going to do those in a way that is remotely appealing. That feels like it's twisting in, right? Got like a bit of a spiral going. Oh, the cheekbone needs to move down. Oh, this entire... Yeah, I forgot about that. This entire cheek needs to move out. And that still needs to move down. Are you going for SSS shader or something more toony with outlines like rendering? Why not both, is what I'm thinking. SSS shader with some skin breakup, but find a way to interpret outlines in a way that, even if not likely, is still physically plausible. Specifically what I'm kind of alluding to there is I want to do the outlines as like hair fibers, but I need to find a way to make them appealing. And Yeti is not playing ball. I know I could do it in Houdini, but I can't find a way to get it to really work the way that I want in Yeti, which is really annoying me. So I'm not buying Houdini for this project. Although I do intend on buying Houdini at some point, but I'm not buying it for fucking Ed and Eddie fan art on a short-term project. This is definitely going over complex, isn't it? I need to simplify this. Let's just smooth you two together. Yeah, okay, so I need to keep that simple. And then I kind of need to simplify that guy. There we go, it's feeling better. Cool. So let's just save this scene as well, because it's been a little while. Let's go preferences. I don't know why I keep having to do this over and over again. Version 11. Cool. And let's just get you exported. Does it keep the same settings before? It does. Perfect. So let's just go exports. My ZBrush proxy head. Should probably rename that file at some point. And I need to do the same for the teeth as well. Let's quickly get that gap back. Just go and remove topological. There we go. Cool. So let's just... do the teeth need to move to the side? Oh, they kind of do. Alright, we'll do that in the next pass. So let's just export these as well. ZBrush teeth low res. Then let's save another... Where you at? Oh, view. Still snapshot. And then let's go into the reference editor. Reference, reload reference. Okay, and then teeth, let's just delete and import again. File, import. Let's import the teeth low res. Arnold. Cool. Assign the material to those. Teeth mat. Cool. And then assign, oh, you've already got head mat, cool. And let's just alt save. I wasn't looking at my screen when that. Yeah, I was feeling a lot better. It's feeling a lot better. Oh, I let this refine for a moment. That's feeling a lot better though. I think think this bit's still too tall. And technically the back should go, like, if I wanted to really match ref, I need to do this thing, but I really don't want to. Although, again, it might be this case of me just being too much of a whiny bitch, and I just need to do it, and it'll work out. Hard to tell. I mean, the whiny bitch thing is pretty set in stone at this point, but this needs to move over slightly. We can worry about that later. Overall, this is getting more appeal to it slowly, though. It's definitely better than that. Who would have thought the designers for an original cartoon actually understand shape language and know how to make something look good? So let's go to desktop. I feel like one of my biggest issues as an artist that I need to kind of learn to fix is I don't trust my reference enough. Like, I'm always just like, oh, that won't work in 3D, that won't work in 3D, and then you do it and it works in 3D. And I was just like, come on. Cool. But yeah, so let's just copy this layer in. Paste. Getting a lot closer. That is still not the right size. We're still not right on the mouth. Okay, well, to my other screen you go. Back into ZBrush I go. Okay, so let's start with the mouth. You need to go. Oh, not you. You need to go there. I definitely need to raise the size of that guy though. Something like that. Top lip is still in the right place. Bottom lip needs to move up though. I feel like that will help quite a lot actually. Might have moved it up too much though. Cool. This needs to be even flatter. And less volume there, less volume there. Slightly pointier here. And further out. Like that. Cool. Chin further out still. This needs to go further up and back. And this bit needs to be even more extreme with it. This ear is still too round? What? Okay. So, that way. I will have to fix forms after this pass. In fact, I need to fix forms now. That's going to really bug me. So. It's getting too flat. Top of the head is still slightly too tall, so let's just shave off a tiny bit more. Just solo that for a moment. Okay. I also kind of want to fix the inside of the mouth just a little bit. I know we don't see it, but it's really bothering me. Like, even if it's just a case of smoothing the shapes out a little bit so it doesn't look so bad. Let's just concave you in. Like, even that's starting to help. It just feels a bit uncanny. Even that feels better. Right, so I'm going to need to start placing the eyes soon. I think that should be it though on all this. This has the wrong curve to it. This still needs to go. He's just starting to feel older. I've lost something along the way. What have I lost? Oh, the angle of this is crazy now. That might be what it was. It's feeling better. Okay. What did the eyes look like when we had them back on? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of work to recover those. But I'm gonna save an old version because I don't like where it's gone. But it might be one of those where in the camera angle it begins to work again. So let's export you. I don't think I moved the teeth, so I'll just export the head. I'm gonna try to find, while this next render goes, I'm gonna try to find another playlist for royalty-free. So let's go reference editor, reference, reload reference. Cool, and then view store snapshot, and let's start a new render. Cool, and while that goes, I'm going to try to find a new... Alright. T3. So this is apparently a royalty-free playlist. Hopefully it's not lying to me. Feels more promising. Teeth need to move. That's the difference so far in this stream. Oh god, the other one looks so goofy. Oh no. Okay, so teeth need to move to kind of fit the new mouth shapes. Other than that, I think we're doing good. So let's just quickly fix up the teeth. And then we'll start a new render and get that into Maya. Oh, get that into Krita even. So let's just push that basically until it's just in. The reason to do that is when it smooths out, it produces a very slight roundness, which helps sell the kind of lip biting thing that he's doing. So sensual. Deep low res. I should probably reference these in So let's delete this. File, reference, create a new reference, and bring in the teeth. Assign the teeth map, and just super quickly throw on 2 subdivisions. Cool, and get that rendering. I love how this royalty-free lo-fi, I'm pretty sure this is the same song that was playing on the other, which is very typical. It's getting hot in here. Yeah, sexy Ed has come to teach us all. So we'll have to line up the turns off I'm like a million miles off on this. Like stupid distance off. So what I'll do is probably remove the thickness from it and remodel it. Well, not remodel it, but like remove the thickness from it and then adjust its positions and stuff. While I'm at it, let's just quickly okay, let's just do it while. So that needs to come in at like half the distance it's currently at. Wait, why am I doing that when I can just do that? So that needs to go like whoop, and down as well. But we'll leave the down until after. I've got that bit. Alright, cool. So it might be even easier to do these loops. That'll help quite a lot. Let's not worry too much about that. In fact, let's just deflate this whole thing. There we go. So yeah, let's leave that to clean for a moment. Then I'll try to line up the eyes. I guess it's probably worth doing a pass now. So let's get those eyes back in. And okay, so this is going to be bad for a while, isn't it? But now that everything else lines up, it should be easier to get this stuff in the right place. So let's just proxy this stuff for now. I'm literally just going off what I see on my right screen. It won't line up even close, but it'll be damn sight closer than it was in the last pass. And this other eye is like crazy shapes. And I think the whole thing needs to move down. So let's just do that. And then needs to, for some reason, come out even further on the silhouette. And I think be more narrow. Something like that. So let's just let that clean. I hate the way it looks, but we can fix that. Fixing the way it looks isn't difficult, to be honest. Maybe it'd be good to crop this. In fact, yeah, why am I doing all this? Why don't I just So I'm going to do a camera lineup. Let's just save that as ed head ref. We can line up the eyes in there. Cool. So I'm going to create a separate camera. So I'm just going to duplicate this guy. And that's on frame 1. So go to render cam 1, rename it to ref cam. And ref cam is the one that will get our background image. Environment, create image plane, desktop, head ref. And of course, why wouldn't you fit immediately? Fit resolution gate. There we go. Color space, can we set this to raw? Oh, that's not nice. I mean, it is sRGB, but I'm just wondering what it would look like. So, I can tell immediately from here the eye position's wrong, but let's hide this. Ooh. Ah, oh, fuck's sake, the camera move. There we go. So I need to lock this camera. Lock and lock. And I guess X-ray mode would be better. So let's just go... which one of these is... I think that's X-ray mode. Yep, that's X-ray mode. Cool, so we can kill that render. F8. So they're not a million miles off. Let's just see what that looks like from literally any other camera angle. So let's just set up a few different. Just go to ref cam. In fact, let's do. We need you to be only visible in the camera. Set you to be ref cam. And this one can be the one. There we go. And I guess another thing we can do is show none and show polygons and show image planes. Where's image planes? There it is. Cool. So, did this move too far forward in the process? I feel like it did. Is it going to feel really weird? Probably. So let's just try to move that in a way that fits the head. Well, that's interesting. This isn't depth sorting properly. Okay. So, let's go back into Arnold. God, this looks so ugly. If the eyes completely like destroy it for me. I mean, you know, the sculpt's not exactly great, but at least it is somewhat presentable in 3D, but the eyes just get like completely fucked. Like, it's bad. It's really bad. There's something about the lattice that I need to change as well. What's the thing I'm looking for? There's something I'm looking for right now. Oh, that's what it was. Local. Like, I can't remember what it does, but by the looks of things, it lowers the quality when you have it turned on. Like, that now provides much smoother results. Like, it does that, whereas if I do that, that was immediately better. I don't know why that's on by default. I'm sure there's a rigging reason why you'd want that on. So that's the change so far in this stream. Still don't like the eyes. Still really don't like the eyes. I'll have to figure out how to shade them in a way that's appealing as well. So we've actually got a few people here right now. So, question time. I want to rename this series because Drink and Sculpt is definitely a series now that I probably will continue more than the regular series. And as a result of not actually being an alcoholic, it would be good to change the name of Drink and Sculpt. What do you guys think would be a suitable name for the series? Because I can't just call it like Sculpt and Chill, because for some reason Drink and Sculpt sounds better than Drink and Chill than Sculpt and Chill. So I do need to figure something out for the name. Oh yeah, having an iris will help. I'm going to paint it on in a moment to see what it does. Iris and the outlines will help a lot. But yeah. Still got quite a lot of stuff I want to figure out. Sculpt and Drink. Fuck off, dude. Okay, so let's get that. In fact... Yeah, these are in way the wrong place. But let's just do a test run with this. So let's save this out. Head. And then I'm just going to draw over it. So I'm not even going to worry too much about the ref. Let's just file open. Head. And then if we just dab and sculpt, for fuck's sake. Why did I ask? So let's just throw, obviously, iris will immediately help. Like, instantly. It helps a lot. The question is then more... In fact, I'm going to put these in separate layers. The question is then more like, how thick do I do the outlines? That sort of stuff. Because we do need, like, thickness variation for them to look good. Sleep deprived Ed. Do the eyes need an entire outline? Or do they just need a partial outline? I don't like the entire outline. But I feel like I need something more on this guy. So maybe like... Sculpt Knight. Yeah, Sculpt Knight could work. But then that's also not quite accurate because right now I'm not sculpting. Like I'll be doing groom and that sort of shit as well. just get some extra of these things in there. Yeah, I'm not keen on this. Oh. Oh, yeah, do we play about with... Luckily when I'm actually doing the lines, because I plan on doing them in 3D, we won't get my awful sketchy lines. There's something wrong with the eye lines. That kind of works better. God, these lines will need to be so clean for it to work on the 3D version. Yeah, he definitely listens to MCR. There you go. He's crying too. Okay, well, it's definitely getting closer. It's definitely a lot better than it was. Adding the pupil will help a lot. So I need to figure out how I'm going to add the pupil. For now, let's do some placeholders, because they're really creepy to look at. So let's just add a little cube, and we will smooth it. And we will sculpt. I need to make a little button that does all this for me. Sculpt. Okay, and then assign new material. Shader. Where the fuck is AI flat? There it is. I can use this to place the eyes, and later on I can actually, model them. We could do floating people. No. That's an awful idea. So he really needs those outlines around the eyes. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Just the problem with 2D stuff is normally without the kind of creature comforts of 2D, they don't work. Like, I'll probably be ending the stream at about 9, by the way, so that gives us another 25 minutes. So we'll see what we can get in that time. Although I feel like we've made good progress today. So what do I need to do now? We can give outlines another try, because I've not had a great time with them so far. So let's just save and then alt save. It's weird how adding the pupils makes it work like immediately better in 3D. It's still not working. Like that angle's pretty fucking jacked. But yeah, it feels better having the pupils in there. So, how are we going to do this? Because I don't want to do toon shading. I'm really set on not doing toon shading. So, let's, for now, delete our entire setup. And we'll delete you too, why not? And then we'll keep the pupils. So, what I'm going to do is create a cube. Set its pivot to the bottom right corner. Come on. Then zero out its transforms. Oh, I had this at scale. Cool. So that is exactly 1 unit high. Then let's just do a few more. Cool. Modify. Where you at? Convert. Polygon edges to curve. Cool. So there's our template curve. So I'm just going to call that template CRV. And on that, let's quickly group stuff actually. So these need to go into the I group. And these need to go into the I group as well. Cool, and then that's the clothes. Let's call that body group. And then that's just a little bit cleaner at least. I'll also group my cameras and the light. Render group. And then, what are you? Oh, that's the original eyes, so we can delete those now. What's that? Oh, that's the hair, which is in a display layer, right? Yeah, it's in completely wrong place now. We can delete that for now. So, keeps our scene a bit lighter. Group. And call these geo group. Or let's call it ed group. Cool. So, we have our scene generally cleaner. So I'm just going to create a braid on this. So let's create braid. And then go into my attributes, and I want the step size. If I multiply this by 100, this is my amount of CVs. So if I multiply it by 10, If I set this to 1, it'd be 1 CV for the whole curve. If I set it to 0.5, it's 2 CVs. Wait, so yeah, multiplying by 100 doesn't work at all. Never mind. Bad maths. So let's set that so we got roughly 50 CVs. Or 20 or whatever that works out to be. Let's set profile to be a flat value. Very thin, but still flat value. Can I delete? Yeah, I can. Cool. And then length variation, we want to be 0. Density, let's crank that. And I also want the width to be way lower. Right, so what's the general diameter we want to go for? I guess we could just make it extremely thin. Add an extra 0 to that. Cool, that's getting a lot closer. So that's our braid. And I don't know why the seed starts off so like huge. But there we go. And then width ramp, I don't want any taper to the curves. So now if I create a new curve, and for this one I'm just going to go create curve tools, CV curve. Rebuild that so it's a bit nicer. Curves. Rebuild. Let's just go 32. We don't need to worry about CV counts on this. Hello. Let's just quickly correct that. Why did you get so fucked? Come on, play nice. Come on, let me scale. Cool. Something like that. Sorry, it's really obsessive over flow. There we go. Cool. And then let's just set his pivot to be modify center pivot, 0 these out. Cool. So what I want to try to do now is test CRV. Cool. Then we're just going to create a Yeti node and drop this guy into a set, create set, line CRV set, go to U, graph, and then input is guide sets. And in input objects, I want to grab this braid. So here's where I save and hope for the best. So if I go into my Yeti graph editor, cool. I'm just going to grab a import and import my guides and then convert those. So that's now a renderable hair. Cool. Don't know why it's downsampled it. Oh, it's not downsampled it. I just need to resample it again. Curves. Rebuild. Let's go 64. There we go. So that's now following 1-to-1. We'll hide that for now. Let's save again. I'm expecting a crash, that's why I keep saving. So now let's import our braid. And so that just looks like... it looks like nothing. Oh, because it's just importing a braid. Cool. So then let's convert that. How will this work? Braid to fibers. Cool. So we now have little fibers. I hate this bug. Okay, so what I need to do now. Sometimes you have to like... my keyboard's not working right now. Okay, let's close my eye and reopen it. Cool. So, file, open. Cool. Do these reset on... okay. So what's the value of you? 0.12. That's weird. Hey Creams, how you doing, dude? So apparently, by those things, this needs to have a certain amount of CVs for it to work properly. That's fine, because now we've got that fixed. So, let's hide you and hide you again. Now we can import... did these just like lose all their shit? It did. Add teeth mat. Go into Arnold. Oh, why am I doing this? It's going to crash anyway. Let's just hide it for now. So we've got our individual hair curve in here. Let's go into create. Oh no, import. We just want to import a braid. Then follow that up immediately with a convert. Braids to fibers. Add a width to that bad boy. There we go. And then now I want to instance it. So this is the bit I always get scared at. And this is what I'm going to save again right now. So let's create a instance node. So I'm just going to quickly find the docs. A Yeti instance node. I always forget which way around the inputs are. So let's elements. But like, so this is oh, so instances. So I need to do it that way around. Crash? Didn't crash. Nice. So now I need to set that to deform. So it's only following up to the length it is, which means I need to scale you by length. And you don't have enough CVs. So let's go into that, braid, step size. Okay. So I expected it to work up until this point. Yeah, I expected it to work up until this point. So now let's do a 1.5. Well, once I expected it to work, I expected this to function once I got past the crashes. So now we're in kind of unknown territory again. So I'm going to try to add the scraggle to this again. Alright, it's working this time. Nice. Which means... Right, we have a controllable system now. Awesome, finally. Does a clump work with this? I don't think it will. And I still can't do length variation. Yet. But I will find a way. I'm determined to find a way. So, for the sake of testing, the way that I was thinking controlling profile, if I set diameter this to be like really tiny, like, oh wait, no, I can't do that, okay. I need to change the profile. Yeah, so let's set the profile to be like 0.2. Oh, let's just turn off that noise. Okay, so that's working. So this shift okay. Weird how it doesn't really do much in this area, but it like breaks everything else. Why is that? Do I need to set the let's go into Yeti. Where is it? Does that help? No. That's weird. Okay. So we have a potential issue that we might run into. Yeah, it doesn't like these 45-degree angles, does it? Oh, does it not understand what the normals are? That's kind of cool. Okay, well, there's elements of it that work. So let's lower the frequency to basically 0. And then what I can do, turn off Scraggle Random, get a curve along strand U, plug U into Scraggle. Oh, wrong node. And this is now my curve profile. So I want it to be bigger. I just set this. So knowing that it's not working from that angle, that does mildly concern me. But it works. So where does all this come into the project, if you're wondering? This is how I'm going to do my outlines, basically. So I can move these test curves. And hopefully it's semi-real time. Let's find out. Let's just try to get the test curve. Yeah, still works real time. Can't undo though. But yeah, so I can just hide this. Oh yeah, can't. How come alright. I can... This is so weird. I can hide shit, but I can't delete shit. But anyway, so what I can do now is set good old Ed here to be a live object. Create curves where I want outlines to go. Like that. And let's just do a few so we can get a good test. Let's create another. Okay. So, if let's just put another, like, here maybe. Cool. So I'm just gonna rebuild all those curves. Curves, rebuild. Cool, so now they're all at a silly CV count. Yep. But at least they're normalized. I can now drag those into this line curve set. And when I show Yeti again, I have some crazy curves. So if I really wish I could delete that big boy. But now I just go in, set the multiplier to be something more reasonable. And there we go, we have outlines. In a semi-understandable way. Let's go even lower in that though. And we can also kind of fuzz up the outlines by adding another scraggle. And this one will be much higher frequency. Let's just set it to 1. I like to only use one of these values, not both. Cool. And then let's just throw a new material. And AI flat could be interesting. Let's just see what that looks like. It's annoying that I can't delete this one, but we'll get to that at a different time. Let's just see if the general line style thing works. Oh, I need to unhide the teeth. That's going to be really weird. Yeah, there you go. Outlines. And I can really customize the look of these. Because I'm only doing a still, I don't need to worry about how it looks in different angles. Or how I would get this to move, because fuck that, I'm not a rigger or effects guy. Although this setup in theory would work with that as well. So let's do unhide these guys. Cool, so let's do a few more lines. Can I delete this one yet? Oh, I can. Nice. So why did I delete my old eyebrow? I'll have to get back to that. So let's do some more curves. Oh, this isn't real. So let's just create more curves. And the moment I drop them into that set, they become an outline. So let's just drag a little guy. It works a bit better than I expected. The nice thing as well is that would mean that this is still interactive. So I can just move these lines. Crash. Oh, no crash. It looks very weird in viewport though, but it works. I'm pleased. Yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised by that. Alright, let's do some more. Create CV curve. I feel like you could probably set something up in Houdini to like automatically detect edges from camera, multiply it with some kind of mask to kind of get rid of lines in places you know you'd never want them, and then drop those into a set. So we'll have to create different. We'll have to create different versions of these. Oh, I just realised this is going to be rendering at 10 times density. Does that even do anything with? It does. Interesting. Okay. So if I set this like 20, the lines get thicker. Or they get more solid. Okay, that's interesting. Well, for now I don't want that. Yeah, I feel like Houdini would be really a lot more preferable to Maya for this sort of task. It's something that, like, I mean, I definitely want to get into Houdini at some point soon. I have used it professionally a couple times. I'd say I'm semi-competent, like, kind of, you know, mid-level beginner type thing. I can do stuff when left to it, but I still kind of need tutorials to get through new tasks. I'm in that kind of state. But yeah, I'm actually really pleased with how this is working. So we need to get an eyebrow in there. So let's just call this Yeti lines. Fur lines. Because we will need to do these on the coat and that sort of shit as well. I need to get the eyebrow back in there. We'll keep that in there for now. So let's add another branch here. So that's our line curve set. So I'm now going to add a curve for the eyebrow. So let's just go. Wait, why am I doing that when I could just go front view? Where's front? Your front. Love it. Create curve tools, CV curve. And then let's just proxy it. It doesn't need to be perfect. Oh shit, that's not gonna. Okay, immediately delete that, then go in again. Very simple shape for now. Cool, and this can be eyebrow CRV. I'll have to rename these in bulk later. So let's just create. We can do it in this still, but we need to create a set for you. Create sets. This is I should rename these Yeti eyebrow CRV set. Yeti. Oh, let's keep it consistent. Got you in place. So let's just get into you. Just need to name them now. Right, so we need to grab. I always go to input output by default. There we go. OBS is reconnected. It dropped out for a second there for some reason. So, this is our first branch. Okay, so let's just move you way out of the way, and then duplicate all of this. But then just swap out the guy that's importing. Then naturally we want this to have a much larger amount of control. Then we just want to merge these two. Merge. Cool. That's something. So let's super quickly just go in, not tool settings, go into the Yeti graph editor and just mess with this curve a little bit. That's a better profile, but it's too large. And I really want to add strays. Now strays are going to be interesting, because I need to give them a crazy, like absolutely mental strength, but then completely taper them at root and tip. So I need to create a curve much like this one. Beautiful. So let's lower you. Oh, definitely need to low. Ooh, how do I do render density now? Might have to do these as separate. Set you back to 10. We can always come back to this stuff at a later point. Well, I think that's a good place to leave off the end of the stream. This shape's... no, I can't actually. This shape's gonna bug me. Let's just super quickly... let's just go linear. Linear is much simpler. Come on, play nicely. That's better. I don't like the eyebrow. I don't like the colour of the eye either. It's better. Oh shit, I've missed a lot. Okay, so you can use tangent. Oh, I've already read that bit. Houdini is amazing. I've done one environment with it and was very pleased. Takes time to get the basic stuff, no time to do advanced stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my first task with Houdini, well, not, was it the first task? Yeah, my first task with Houdini is I had to learn to create a snow generator. Not to do snow simulations, but more like you give it a set and it will put like piles snow onto things. So I just followed the tutorial, and then the next thing after that, like I literally just, for the first one, the tutorial was enough to get me through it. But the second task I ever got given was to make a cave generator that you can give it like a proxy mesh, literally just like, you know, cubes and cylinders that are intersecting each other. That is the general layout of the cave, and then it will go in and actually turn it into one closed mesh with stalagmites, stalactites, water erosion, you know, coming through, moss growing at the entrance, and that sort of stuff. And even though I'd only done one tutorial series before, because I learned the basics from that, I was able to get it going in about 2 weeks, I think. It's like a good level, maybe 2.5 weeks. And it worked really well. I'm pretty happy with it. But that's not because I'm skilled, it's more because Houdini, you can learn the basics in one thing, and then because of the way the software works, you use the exact same kind of setups to achieve completely different results, and that's amazing to me that you can do that. Like, honestly, it's the thing that probably stands out the most to me. But yeah, so anyway, that's going to be it for today's stream, I think. I'm pretty happy with the progress we made. It's by no means perfect, but it's getting there. I need to figure out how I'm going to shade surfaces soon. And I'm still not happy with eyebrows. There is stuff I want to do to I want to soften the edges, and I've got ideas to how to do it, but Yeti's like kicking me back at every given opportunity. Kind of wishing I was using Houdini Groom for this, to be honest. But either way, so be it. But yeah, so I'm going to call it a night there, just so I can go play some games for the rest of the evening. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay. I should be streaming. I got gym tomorrow, so I won't be probably streaming tomorrow. So Thursday will be the next one, I think. And we'll just continue with this. Again, I've got until next Friday, so over a week. And hopefully we should have something done, you know. I mean, I'm quite liking these 2-week deadlines. It forces me to actually get a move on. But yeah, so I'll see you in the next stream. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day and all that jazz. And yeah, have a good night. See ya!